What is going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 221 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Of course, my name is Blaze, and today we'll be taking on a couple of versus mode matches, and I'll be opening up 3 packs of Guardians Rising. So the first 2 packs I'm going to open up right now because it's a brand new set and I want to get it out there as quickly as possible in the video. And the last pack I'll be opening up at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that at the very end, but right now let's go ahead and jump right into the new Guardians Rising expansion. So far I've opened about 7 packs of this set, and to be totally honest, I've not gotten anything good. I think the best card I got was a Sand Slash. That's it. That's the only thing I've gotten that's any good. I've not gotten any GX Pokemon. I've not gotten any choice bands or anything really rare. So I'm really bummed out by the quality of the cards I've been getting. So let's go ahead and open up 2 packs right away, and then I'll get into a couple of versus matches, and then I'll get into another pack. So so far nothing great. Let's see what's in this hidden one. It's just so bad. Anyway, Heliolisk is 100 HP, quick attack does 20 damage and 20 more damage if you flip heads. Raging Thunder for 128 damage. The attack does 30 damage to one of your benched Pokemon. It's okay. It's just okay. Wishy Washy, 30 HP, schooling once during your turn. You may switch this Pokemon with a Wishy Washy GX in your hand. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. Sharpshooting, this attack does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Not too surprising there. Fletchinder, 70 HP, Flap for 20, and Razor Wind for 40, but does nothing on a heads flip, or tails flip. Sliggoo is 70 HP. Division, search your deck for up to 2 Sliggoo and put them into your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And Tackle for 20 damage. We've got Beware, 130 HP. Rake it in when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn. You may draw 3 cards. And Dangerous Blow for 60 damage does 60 more damage to a basic Pokemon. So, not too bad there. There's a lot of basic Pokemon out there that people are going to be using. So, that could deal 120 damage to any one of those Pokemon. Machop, 60 HP. Dynamic Chop for 50 damage. Phantump, also 60 HP, Tackle for 10, and Confuse Ray will confuse your opponent's active Pokemon. Helioptile, 60 HP, Thundershock for 10 damage, also paralyzes on a heads flip. Whalmer, 120 HP, Splash for 20, and Surf for 70. I kind of want to know what the evolution of this looks like in this set. I think it's this one. 200 HP, that's kind of what I was curious about. 40 damage on Dive, prevents all effects of attacks including damage under this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. On a heads flip, and Open Sea, 80 damage, heal 30 damage from each of your water Pokemon. I did not get this card, but I was kind of curious what the HP on that would be. Stuffle, 70 HP, Tackle for 10, and Hammer in for 60, and a Psychic Energy card. So, let's go ahead and open up the next pack of cards, and then we'll move on to the next batch of matches. So, if you're new to my channel, I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Really excited for the new set. Really excited to be able to use some of these cards in my deck, but I can't quite fit them in just yet. I need some better cards. So, what we got here? Oh my gosh, it's just heartbreaking right now. Oricorio is 90 HP, Passionate Dance, search your deck for up to 3 basic fire Pokemon, put them onto your bench and shuffle your deck. Kindle for 30 damage, discard an energy from this Pokemon. If you do, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon as well. Vanillux, 140 HP, Hail for 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, and Frozen Breath for 80 damage. Discard 2 water energy from this Pokemon. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. Enhanced Hammer with new artwork. Discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Komala, 80 HP. Comatose, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, whenever you attach an energy from your hand to it, it is now asleep. And Hypno Roll with 100 damage. This attack can be used if this Pokemon is asleep. If it's not asleep, it does nothing. Kind of the new Snorlax, it seems like. Multi-switch, move an energy from one of your benched Pokemon to your active Pokemon. It might come in handy if you're trying to get some energy transferring done. I don't know how I feel about that just yet, though. Because we already have energy transfer, which is essentially the same thing, but this one specifies from your bench to your active, so I don't know. Litwick, 50 HP, flickering flames for 10 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Delibird, 90 HP, all the presents, flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, you may search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And surprise attack for 40 damage does nothing on a tails flip. Mudbray with 80 HP, double kick for 30 damage, times the number of heads, flip 2 coins. Pancham, 60 HP, karate chop for 60 damage, does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Snowrunt, 60 HP, chilly for 10 and frost breath for 20. And the electric energy card. So, let's go ahead and move on to what some of you have been waiting for. The versus matches of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So, I'm about 15 points away from another Sun and Moon pack. I won't be able to open it today, but I will open another Guardians Rising at the end of this episode. Stay tuned for that. Yesterday, I played a live episode on my Twitch channel and copied some of that episode over to my YouTube channel. So if you have not seen the full episode and you want to see all of the matches, head on over to my Twitch channel and watch the rest of the episode. I actually am now up to 38 matches played on this deck and 19 victories, which is exactly 50%. For those of you keeping track at home, 50% is the bane of my existence, and I hate it. But I can't seem to break the 50% curse. So maybe one day I will, but today, right now, I can't seem to get away from it. So starting off the first hand, this is not bad. I'll take a Talonflame. That's always good for me. Probably going to use an in on the first hand because I don't think I have what I need to get going, and the next card probably won't be exactly what I'm looking for. And really what I'm looking for depends on my opponent's Pokemon. So it looks like I'm going to have to get Machamp, probably. And probably try to get Machamp out as soon as possible because my opponent's using Rock-type Pokemon, which is totally fine. But I certainly need to make something happen sooner rather than later. And right now, I probably need to go ahead and use Zygarde. That's probably the best bet for me right now. Zygarde onto the bench. I'll do that one too. I'm going to go ahead and grab a Strong Energy and an Elixir, because I kind of have the cards I need right now. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. The Elixir might help me get powered up quickly. Strong Energy for added damage. The Carbink is not bad because this is an EX Pokemon. EX Pokemon can't hurt Carbink because of its ability. So unless they somehow remove all ability or the effects of all abilities, then I should be in good shape. Now my opponent should want to use in right here. I don't know if they have in their hand. There it is. So it's totally fine because the odds of me getting a Strong Energy back out are pretty good. And even if I don't, I still got an energy card to work with here. So that's good. Fling. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Gonna go there. Gonna go here. I wonder if I could do another Elixir here and possibly get it powered up right now. That would be cool. Yes. Brilliant. I love it. Just go ahead and retreat. Free retreat cost on Talonflame. And Geostrike will take care of that Passimian. I always get that name wrong. But that worked out pretty well. I couldn't have asked for a better situation to be in right there. That was pretty cool. Being able to do 120 damage every turn now is priceless. My opponent still can't use team play. So it's going to deal 30 damage, and he really should be attacking my Carbink because Carbink is probably a bigger threat right now because of the ability and the other Pokemon that he has in play here. So go ahead and get that evolved. I don't really mind if he KOs Talonflame, especially if he keeps Zygarde in play. I can just keep dealing the 120 damage, no worries. Be glad to do that the whole game. I've got an in here, so I'll probably use that on the next turn to maybe try to get some more options going. My opponent's still trying to keep these Passimians alive. In is just going to help me, so even if I don't get the cards I need, it's better than what I had. So go right here. I'm going to make sure that I damage this one because it has an energy card on it, and I know what he's going to try to do. I don't think there's a lot of double colorless energy in this deck. I mean, for one, he just forfeited, but for another one is that he would not have tried to attach a regular energy card to that benched Pokemon if there were double colorless energy in this deck. I feel like there should have been. We probably would have run into one by this time if there was a double colorless energy in this deck, and that deck probably needed to have a lot more double colorless. So it's all good. Chalk it up to a win. I will take a win. I won that one fair and square. That was a heated battle that it wasn't given to me, and I kind of had to work for it. But I think I was in control of that match the whole time. So it's always nice when you can go into a match and control everything. It's very difficult when you get cornered and you have no options. Very difficult. I do not want to go first, so let's go ahead and get some cards out here. Hopefully, nope, no Talonflame this time. I almost feel like I should take Talonflame out of this deck, and the only reason I feel that way is because, typically speaking, if I have Talonflame, people start using in every single turn, and I'm not even able to do the attacks I'm trying to do. So, or utilize the attacks that Talonflame can use. So while while Talonflame's a great card to get set up and get the cards you need for the next turn, it's very difficult because my opponent kind of knows how to counter it. Shaman is a bad start for my opponent's side. 20 resistance to fighting. So it's bad for me, but it's bad for my opponent too because they can't use the ability since they've had to play it on the first turn. So In is probably going to help me out here because I don't have anything really special. So that's probably going to give me a hand. Get it? Give me a new hand. I definitely need a bench, and depending on what my opponent gets with this Ultra Ball, which I'm guessing is going to be an EX Pokemon, although it might be an Eruption deck, so if it is, okay. If my opponent's going to use all EX Pokemon, I'm just going to use Carbink and put that to an end rather quickly. Yeah. It's a Volcanion deck, which I did not know until just now. I should have known because of the deck box, but Volcanion decks are kind of a pain in the butt to deal with if you don't know what to do. I've not found the Achilles heel of Volcanion decks just yet, but they most definitely have one. Just a matter of finding it. So Carbink is going to come in super handy on this match, mainly because my opponent is using all these Pokemon that are that are EX Pokemon. They can't really do anything about that to me. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a... That's good. That's actually probably the best move. Not really. I was... Probably should have waited. Yep. I was hoping to get an escape rope. I didn't quite get one. And will come in handy on the next turn. So that'll probably be okay. Alright, we're done here. Next turn, I'd like to have another Carbink. I don't know if it's going to work out for me, but I'd like to have another one. We'll see how that goes. My opponent's still trying to get set up. They could very easily take the KO from Zygarde. However, wow. However, I don't think that's going to be... I mean, even if they do, it doesn't matter because it's all EX. And if my opponent doesn't have a Hex Maniac, they're going to have a really hard time KOing this Carbink. Really hard time. This Flareon's not quite set up yet. Blaze Ball does 20 more damage for each fire energy. There it is. So it's going to do 120. That's fine. Now, if they have a Hex Maniac, I'm pretty much in a situation where I can't do anything. So I at least want to get 60 damage going, so I don't want to mess that up. I knew that was going to happen. It's fine. Let's go ahead and get that attached. Got the rare candy, so on the next turn I might be able to go ahead and get the Machamp out. Which would be great. I'm gonna get Machamp right now. Wow. Great. That could be awesome. I don't know if it's going to work out well just yet. So I'm guessing my opponent is going to use in on the next turn. I'm guessing. I don't have energy in there, do I? No. Okay. And if he does, that's fine. Because now I don't have these cards. These cards are not trash cards. They're very good cards, but they're not in my deck. Which, I don't know if that's good or bad. But just not sure. My opponent could easily use an in and make me switch out from a champ or from a chop over there. Flash Fire, getting the extra energy, even more energy. Steam Up to discard energy cards. Deal some extra damage. Yeah, should have known. I should have known that was going to happen. So I can't let that happen consistently throughout the game. I have to do something about that specific situation. So now I'm doing 80 damage per turn, which could be good. Could be good. And as long as I don't get some kind of weird situation with Hex Maniac, I should be okay. The downside here is that if I put anything on the bench, my opponent could easily make me switch it out. So I almost don't want to put anything on the bench unless it's a Carbink. And I'll try that on the next turn with Skyla, getting a Nest Ball and trying to put a Carbink on the bench. A little scary with the steam ups going on. I don't know if there's going to be a Hex Maniac. Very well could be a Hex Maniac. Maybe a Garbodor would be bad too. But doing that extra damage with discarding those energy cards, I mean, it's not doing anything right now, so... So I'm guaranteed to not see a Hex Maniac this turn, so that's good. That's good news. And this thing will be KO'd on the next turn. So I can do that once per turn? Yeah. So that can be a problem. I need to do something about that quickly, if I can. Because that's really the only thing that's going to be able to KO me right away. So... not real sure why he did that. I guess to get the switch for that going. I don't have a Lysander in the discard pile right now. Kind of wish I did. Right now I'm going to try to get a nest ball so I can at least get something going on the bench. My opponent is going to see right through that. That's the downside, but if I make it this, I won't have to worry so much. I need something that's going to be able to KO that. I don't know if that's the right move or not, but we're going to go with it. So 40 down to 60 damage. Next turn, this Shaman's going to be KO'd. This one's down to its last leg, so I can still get KO on the Flareon if I need to get 2 more prize cards. And that's really the end of the game. If I can just get a Lysander out, 2 Lysanders would end the game quickly. The downside here is that my opponent could easily switch out for this Volcanion and start dealing damage to my active Pokemon. So it's a little scary. Sycamore, so we're not going to see a Lysander here. I'm not sure what the plan is. I'm really not sure what the plan here is for my opponent, because I don't know if he's trying to... I mean, he definitely wants to get this powered up, but he needs to retreat here if that's going to work. If he does get it powered up, he's definitely got to start discarding energy cards. To get some extra damage going. So 30s, that's fine. This is where things are going to start to get really hairy. So I almost have to get a couple different things happening here. First thing I need is some energy cards. I don't have... oh gosh, I need to get 3 knockouts. I don't have enough Pokemon, or I have too many prize cards left, so I'm kind of in a bind right now. Let's go ahead and retreat here. I guess we'll drop that. We'll see how this works. That's going to deal 80 damage to my opponent. 160 would be nice, but it's not quite enough for the KO. Next turn would be, but I have a sneaking suspicion my opponent will use a bunch of these steam ups to go ahead and take care of that extra damage. well, yeah, to get some extra damage onto Carbink. That right there is going to be 60 damage. This is 90 damage, so already I'm pretty much dead. Yeah. Okay. We're safe. We're safe for now. So I should be able to get Machamp out on this turn, which would in turn deal, I think 100 damage. Yep. Oh no, I definitely need a rare candy though. So there's the problem. Well, I can use a Skyla. Skyla will come in handy for the rare candy. So good thing I have 3 Versus Seekers now. For the longest time I didn't, and it was really annoying. So now I'm able to go ahead and be creative with my turns here. Get some extra damage going. Power Gem for 40 is going to deal an extra 60 damage, so that should be the KO. This right there. It's not quite what I needed, but it's not bad. I definitely could use a Lysander, although if I can KO this Pokemon too, I'll be in good shape. But he's got the victory right now. It's not going to happen. The difference here is that if I can just last 4 more turns, I might be able to pull something off. Ooh, KOing that one would be pretty good. Didn't quite work out, so we're going to go here. Let's go ahead and get some new cards, I suppose. Nest Ball? Sure. Zygarde onto the bench. I got that Lysander, so depending on the next couple of turns, I might be able to pull off a KO on this one or on this one. It's 60 damage I've got going for me. Not quite enough, but if I attach this, it will be enough. My opponent, however, has the power here to go ahead and deal some extra damage, although it would be enough on either one of those Pokemon. So the idea here would be to go ahead and KO this Volcanion because I need to. Well, that's going to be a KO. I mean, by far. So Fisherman's a good card. It's a very good card. $110 damage. Most unfortunate. So now I'm in a situation where I need to go ahead and just get something out there for the KO. I know he's got at least 2 more energy cards, or 1 more energy card in his hand. So, not sure how many Lysanders are left. Maybe not many, but we're going to go ahead and bring these back. Not sure if that's going to help me out tremendously, but it could. It's getting down to the wire here. Anything can happen. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. These are the matches I love the most because, you know, it seems like both players are kind of in control. We don't really know what's going to happen. So it very well could be a victory for me. It very well could be a victory for my opponent. Who knows, right? Although I just realized that, yeah, that's gonna be dangerous because I really can't do anything about that. So this might help. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. This is like ultimate desperation. Like, if my opponent doesn't have a float stone, and to some extent, even if he does, all damage reduced by 40 on the next turn. So this is like last resort, like super desperation. I don't know what my opponent's going to do. I have no clue. Very scary. Oh. He's going to draw that last card. Wow. Wow. That was awesome. Oh, man. That was wonderful. That was such a, like, wow. I will certainly take that, a victory like that. That was one of my best victories ever. That was cool. So let's go ahead and do one more match, and then I'll open up that next pack of Guardians Rising booster cards. So I have to say, like, that was one of my. I've had some epic matches on this channel. I've had some truly epic matches that ended like that, or on the very last card of the very last turn. And that was definitely one of them. My opponent clearly had all of the cards. Clearly had cards attached and didn't need to attach. And I feel like maybe that Flareon's ability would have been able to attach energy to the Hoopa, so he could retreat. So I think he still could have won that. I thought. I don't know if that's. I don't have my phone, so I can't look it up. But I'm pretty sure that Hoopa could have gotten energy from Flashfire. We'll look that up in a second, just to make sure, because he could have gotten energy transferred to him from Flashfire and retreated, and then from there, he might have been able to, you know, seal the deal. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that match. I won, so I'll take it. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. And if you're... I mean, anything can happen. Don't forget that. So... let's get some benched Pokemon out here. I don't know if my opponent's going to use GX Pokemon or what. Next turn, he's probably going to try to do Lunge for 30 damage, unless he tries to get an evolution going for Eevee. But I'm not sure why you'd use this Eevee. The other Eevee is way better. He could have evolved on the first turn. Okay. Sylveon? I've not seen this card yet. Not in the game. Magical Ribbon, search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them into your hand. Fairy Wind for 110, and Plea GX. Put 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon and all cards attached to them into your opponent's hand. Wow. Wow. That could be bad. I mean, he's definitely going to do the 110 damage to me, which is really bad, but... Not quite what we're looking for here, folks. Not quite what we had in mind. N is going to come in and ruin the day. So this just early prediction, this could be a loss. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. But I'm hoping that I get some better cards next couple of turns. This is Comfy, 70 HP Flower Shield. Each of your Pokemon that has any... Oh, wow. Fairy energy attached can't be affected by special conditions. And Sweet Kiss for 30. Your opponent draws a card. GX won't come in handy right now, so just gotta kind of hope that I can get this powered up quickly enough and maybe get a couple of strong energies out. I don't think that's going to be very fruitful, though, to be honest. I hate these cards. I hate when they get used on me twice, like once per turn or twice per turn. I hate them. They're good cards, and they really can turn the tides of battle, but it's very frustrating. This deck probably needs a GX Pokemon or two. I think that it's definitely a deck that would benefit from like Lycanroc GX or something like that. Wow, I can't do anything. I think my opponent knows that, and he just got 2 cards that he needed into his hand. So, Sylveon GX is one of my favorite cards in this new expansion. Drampa GX, 180 HP, Righteous Edge, 20 damage. Discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, and Berserk, 80 damage. If your benched Pokemon has any damage counters on them, do 70 more damage. Big Wheel GX, my opponent can't use this the rest of the game. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 10 cards. N's probably going to come in handy here for me as well, so we'll see. Actually, it's not bad. It's not a bad hand. My opponent's getting set up real quickly though, so I don't think I have a chance here. I am not getting set up very quickly at all. We've got another GX, another Sylveon GX. This one's probably going to be another Sylveon GX, so this is going to be tough. No. Fairy Wind is a good attack. 110 damage is really good. I have no counter for all of these GX Pokemon, by the way, so that's probably going to be a bad idea, just as a heads up. Wow. Let's see what we get here. Excellent. That's actually exactly what I wanted. Okay, good. We'll go ahead and do Carbink Break because I'm going to evolve this Carbink. Get another Zygarde on the bench. That might come in handy as well. Not yet, but next turn it totally might. So, oh man, he's going to reduce his damage by 40. I just realized that. I mean, I still did a lot of damage, so I might be able to KO him on the next turn. I doubt it, but it could happen. If Zygarde is KO'd this turn, then he's... Carbink will be able to come up, do some damage, and get energy back onto Zygarde here. All hope is not lost. Lots of hope has been lost, but not all hope. There's still a slim chance I could pull this off. Very slim. In fact, if my opponent uses a N right here, it could spell disaster. Puzzle of time. There's N. Crushing Hammer might be bad, although if they decide to take out that special energy, it's going to deal extra damage, so there's that. N, of course, which would probably help me more than anything. So I've seen this Brock card like 3 times after shuffling my hand, so let's try to get something else. Oh, that's a good hand. All right. I can certainly get Machamp out pretty quickly after this hand. Kind of saw that coming. 110. All right, fair enough. Let's get some energy cards stacked on here. So we'll use that. We'll get the rare candy. I've got 2 chances to get Machamp into my hand right now, so there's no reason for me not to get it. I'll be so mad if I flip 4 tails in a row. Like, super mad. Oh, let's do that. Okay. That one's first. With the Machamp. This is good for the Zygarde. We'll go here with this as well. So he's going to get KO'd, and that's totally fine. He'll do 140 damage first. So there's that. $160. I forgot about that. Now this Drampa is going to be very hard to deal with. If it wants to come out and start dealing some damage, it probably could with Berserk. I think I might try to get Machamp powered up instead of Zygarde, just to have a backup on my bench, just to have something ready, just in case, because he's going to get knocked out. He's going to come up, or no, he's going to come up. So I really feel like I should have a backup plan, just in case Zygarde can't quite make it. But there's going to be 2 strong energies in the discard pile, so that's been unfortunate for him the last couple of turns. I feel kind of bad about that. Extra 20 damage, which really wouldn't matter. He's going to have to do the attack here. Fairy Wind. It's the right thing to do. 160. I probably can KO him with Carbink right now, which is the plan. Go ahead and grab 2 more cards here, just to see what I get. Another rare candy. I'm going to try to get the Machamp breakout. Ugh, that sucked. Okay. Diamond Gift should be 60 damage. Just right. 2 strong energies attached to Machamp. It's going to be very dangerous, by the way. Drompa's going to be coming up. I'm almost positive Drompa's coming up for Berserk. And it's going to be very tough to deal with. So it does 150 damage. 150 damage. That's going to be crazy. It's enough to KO Machamp, but if I get Machamp Breakout, it'll be a little better. I'm real tired of that card. You have no clue. Gosh, that sucks. I hate it so much. Okay. So 150 minus 40 is only 110. So it probably won't KO me. Although, if I can make him switch out for this one, he won't be able to do 150 anymore, and that should be good. And it's going to reduce my damage by 40 on the next turn, so that was probably... Oh, no. Never mind. It's still going to reduce my damage by 40, though, so that's good. And I can still use it again on the next turn. I think I'm still going to be okay. I guess the ability wasn't there. I didn't think about that. I don't think I'm going to die. 110 is only going to bring me to 130. Unless he uses like a Kukui or something like that. Then maybe. What? 150? Wait. Wait, how did that happen? That should not have happened that way. I feel like that was not cool. I guess Hex made X to the end of your next turn, I think, so that's probably right. No, until the end of your opponent's next turn. It takes out all abilities. That lasted an extra turn. That doesn't make any sense. But it wasn't even an ability, it was... I guess it did target the defending Pokemon, never mind. So... No, it didn't. Oh, it did. From the defending Pokemon. So since he retreated, it only affected this Pokemon. So since he retreated, it didn't quite count anymore. So it'll do 80 damage, which will bring me up to 100, which is kind of scary. That is actually kind of scary too. I guess he's maybe trying to Magical Ribbon and get 3 cards from the deck. That would be excellent. It's an excellent move. You have to kind of be worried about me using N though, so even if you do use that, it sounds like a good attack on paper, but if I'm just going to use N, is it really worth it? Especially, well, now I know that he's probably got double colorless energy in his hand. Most likely, unless they're all in the discard pile, or one's in the prize card. Yeah, actually, they're all in the discard pile, so there's no DCE in that person's deck right now. I shouldn't be afraid to use this attack. Although, something crazy is probably going to happen. Kukui or something, or some weird thing that's going to get extra damage, or something like that. How many of those do you have in your hand? I feel like that's like the 5th one I've seen so far. One, two, three, four. Oh. Not a bad call. Oh, gosh. Just to make him switch. Probably had a couple other things I could have done right there. Next turn, I've got another Lysander to get that other Eevee out here. So we'll go ahead and do Geo Strike. Versus Seeker, in case something crazy happens. So he's going to be able to deal 80 damage. Needs to do 100. Could end up doing 100 with Kukui or something like that. I feel like I maybe should have brought Drampa out there, but it's okay. It would have taken 2 turns anyway, and there's a very good chance that he's going to drop something that deals 20 extra damage. I don't know what it's going to be, but something. And he absolutely has to evolve this Eevee, unless he doesn't care about it. Float Stone. He really wants me to attack this Sylveon, and I know exactly why. Maybe. Maybe he's just playing around. And that's game over. Sweet. I totally beat him. That was crazy. That could have gone either way. I don't know how that... Oh, man. I'm so happy. 3 in a row. I love it. That was some good planning, some good thought that I put into every turn that I made, every move that I made. So, excellent. Let's go ahead and open up this last pack of Guardians Rising cards, and then we will sign off for the rest of the day. I do want to thank you guys for watching, tuning in today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. I'd love to see you there on all of my new videos. And pretty soon, I think starting next week, I'll be talking about some of the newer cards coming out in the next expansion for Pokemon. So stay tuned for that as well. So let's go ahead and open up these cards, see what's inside. And thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, snap! What is this? I like it. So, gold double colorless energy. That is what's up. This card provides 2 colorless energy. That's super cool. And it's golden. Like, that's the rarest thing I've gotten so far. It's so neat. Hakamo O. This is the second one that I've got of this. It's 90 HP, Headbutt for 30, and Dragon Claw for 80. Gliscor, 110 HP. Finishing Stinger, 70 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has no damage counters on it, before this attack does damage, the attack does nothing. And Guillotine for 90 damage. Clefable, 100 HP. Lullaby for 20. Puts your opponent's active Pokemon to sleep. And Meteor Mash for 60. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Meteor Mash does 60 more damage. Whimsicott, 80 HP. The Wages of Fluff, if the defending Pokemon is knocked out during your next turn, take 2 more prize cards. And Fairy Wind for 30 damage. Clefairy, 60 HP. Slap for 10 and Follow Me. Switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon. Kind of a Lysander effect. Gothita with 60 HP. Blown Kiss, put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's active Pokemon. We saw this one earlier. Schooling will let you switch this Pokemon with a Wishiwashi GX in your hand. And Sharpshooting, 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Tentacool, 60 HP. Sludge Shock for 10. The defending Pokemon can't be healed during your opponent's next turn. Cast Form with 70 HP. Weather Teller. Search your deck for up to 2 Stadium cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Water Pulse, 30 damage. Puts your opponent's active Pokemon to sleep. And a new Fairy Energy to add to my collection. Before I sign off, I did promise you I was going to look up a Pokemon real quick and see if my opponent could have done something to beat me on that second match. I think it's the EX, not owned. So this one, oh, it only moves energy from another Pokemon to this Pokemon. So my opponent couldn't have done anything. So I just wanted to double check. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. And if I don't see you, later this weekend or at any point during the rest of the week for more Pokemon trading card game action, then I will definitely catch you on the Flippity Flip.